Hi guys, it's Mrs. Tucker. Here is some homework hints for the 20-day tax plan, days 3 and 4. All right, so let's get started here. Day 3, question number 1. Crystal bought 2 tables for $80.29. If each table cost $37 before tax was added, what tax rate did they pay? Here's your question right here, and when they ask for tax rate, they're looking for a percent. If they're looking for a percent, you know that percent over 100 equals part over whole. And the percent they're looking for is the tax percent. That's what they're looking for right here. So our starting point is right here. 2 tables for $80.29. Step 1 is to find out how much each one of those tables cost. Not step 11, step 1. So we're going to take $80.29 divided by 2 tables. That's going to give you how much each table costs with tax included. Step 2 is going to be to subtract $37. So take this answer right here, whatever answer you get right here, and subtract $37 from it. This gives you your tax amount. Step 3 is to come up here to your percent proportion. This part right here, you're trying to figure out your tax percent. This part here is the part that's tax. That's this tax amount right here. So your tax amount gets put in right here, and you got to figure out what's your whole. Well, the tax amount is the tax that was issued on the amount before tax was added. So your whole down here is 37. All right, it's not this number in yellow. So once you figure out what half of $80.29 is, that's your amount with tax in it for 1 table. Subtract out the amount without tax. Your tax amount is the part that goes right here. And then cross multiply and solve for your P. All right? Question number 2 is just orders of operation. Don't forget that you do your exponents first. Then you're going to do multiplication and division in whatever order it comes in from left to right. So after you square your 8, the next step is to multiply and then take that answer. The third step is to divide. And your last step is going to be to add. Okay? On number 3, a swimmer swam 9 laps in 12 minutes. If his rate of speed stays the same, what would be his time if he swam 54 laps? They gave you 3 pieces of information. They want the 4th. Set up a proportion. Let's compare laps to minutes. There's my word ratio. I know he did 9 laps in 12 minutes. They want to know what his time would be if he swam 54 laps. 54 goes here, x goes down here. Cross multiply to solve. Okay, what 2 integers does the square root of 85 lie between? I wish they'd ask me for the square root of 81 because I know what that is. 85's a little bit bigger than that. That's all I'm going to say. You guys should be able to handle that one. Number 5. Express that number in scientific notation. Is it a big number or is it a small number? That's a really small number, so the exponent on your 10 is negative. You need to pick up your decimal point and put it in the number so that this factor out front is between 1 and 10. So the decimal point goes there, 2.356. And then the exponent is how far you move the decimal point. 1, 2, 3, 4. Be careful here. This is where people make the mistakes. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right? That was a freebie for watching my video. Okay, a spinner has an equal chance of landing on red, blue, or green. So our spinner is evenly divided by 3 colors, red, green, and blue. A fair number cube is labeled 1 through 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. What is the probability of a player spinning the color green? What's the probability of green? How many out of 3? Yep. And rolling a 1 or a 2. How many different outcomes are there here? Yeah, there's 6. How many of them is a 1 or a 2? Yeah, to find the probability of both of those happening, you have to multiply. Tops times tops, bottoms times bottoms, reduce. Number 7. You guys know you can stop these videos at any time that you need to. Number 7 says, find the total surface area of a can, which has a diameter of 8 centimeters and a height of 15 centimeters. I'm first going to draw me a picture. A can is a cylinder. It's got a height of 15 centimeters, and its diameter is 8. I always automatically convert that to a radius. Our radius is 4. They want the total surface area. It's a cylinder. I need to go to my formula chart, find total surface area of a cylinder, which says this. All right? They did not tell me what to use for pi. I think I'm going to go ahead and use 3 for pi. And then I'm going to pick the answer that's closest to it. So it's going to be 2 times 3 times 4 times 15 plus you do the rest. All right? And your answer is going to be in centimeters squared. All right, number 8 says, what's the area of a round candle holder when the diameter is 6 centimeters? They gave me a diameter of 6. I just automatically convert that to a radius. They want the area. What's the shape? It's a circle. How do you find the area of a circle? Yeah, pi radius squared. What are you going to use for pi? I don't know. I think I would use 3. We're getting ready for star. Use 3. Pick the answer that's closest to that answer. Number 9. Scroll down a little bit more. An equilateral triangle has a length of 4 centimeters, is dilated by a scale factor of 2.5. Okay, equilateral means all the lengths are the same, so that's 4 centimeters, 4 centimeters, and 4 centimeters. It's dilated by a scale factor of 2.5. What's the length of each side of the dilated triangle? Since my scale factor is bigger than 1, I know that I'm creating an enlargement because I need to take each one of these side lengths and do what with it? Yeah, scale factor is a number you multiply by, so I'm multiplying each one of the side lengths by 2.5. That's all you have to do. Number 10, find the volume of the triangular prism whose length is 6, its base is 1, and its height is 2. I've got that labeled for you. On a triangular prism, your base is the triangle. Remember, they try to trick you by laying it down on its side. It's a prism, so volume equals capital B times H, where capital B equals area of the base. How do you find the area of a triangle? Yeah, look on your formula chart. It's a triangle. Base times height divided by 2. The base of that triangle is what? The height of the triangle is what? 1 times 2 is 2. 2 divided by 2 is 1. Well, this looks easy. 1 times the height of that prism. What's the height of that prism? Okay. And your units for volume is going to be centimeters cubed. All right, let's move on to day 2. Let's see if I can get this done in under 15 minutes. I'm only going to discuss the ones that look the most difficult. All right, this one right here, they've taken simple interest off the formula chart, so we're going to skip that one. This one you ought to be able to handle. A bead maker bought 2 meters of gold beads. He used 30 centimeters to make a bracelet and 60 centimeters to make a necklace. How many meters did she have left? Well, that's a simple subtraction problem, but you got to recognize that we've got centimeters and then we've got meters. How many centimeters are in a meter? Yeah, there's 100 centimeters in each 1 meter. So that 2 meters is 200 centimeters. Now you can do the subtraction, and it says how many meters do you have left? Well, when you take 200 and subtract 90, your answer is going to be in centimeters. You need to convert that back to meters because they want meters. The first 4 terms in this sequence, with sequencing, here's your position number and here's the value of the sequence. First 4 terms, the first position, the second position, the third position, the fourth position, you're just going to pop those numbers in for n. I'll do the first one with you. If we're in the first position, that's going to be 2 times 1 for the first position. 2 times 1, that's your position number, plus 4 divided by 2. 2 times 1 is 2, plus 4 is 6. 6 divided by 2 is 3. You guys need to finish out the rest of that chart. Number 5. A rectangular window has an area of 12.65 inches. Inches squared. If the length is 5.5 inches, what's the width? Plug in what you know into this formula. Solve for what you don't. It's going to be a simple division problem. Find the mode. You guys can handle that. Find the one that shows up the most. Find the lateral surface area of a can. Lateral surface area, this is a cylinder. I need a formula. If you look on your formula chart, lateral surface area is this. The height is 30, and the radius is 6. I would use 3 for pi. The number's this easy. Go ahead and use 3.14. It's pretty easy. Number 8, volume of a sphere that has a radius of 15. It's a sphere. They want volume. Look on your formula chart. I personally would use 3 for pi. That's what I would do on the STAR test. So you're going to do 4 times 3 times your radius. That's 15 times 15 times 15, all divided by 3. You know what makes your math easier here? That 3 cancels out with that 3. All right? Number 9. Mo earned $30 per week plus an additional 2% of his sales. His salary is increased by $20, so his salary goes from $300 up to $320. And now his commission is 4%. He earns 4% of his sales. How much will he earn if his weekly sales are $1,500? His sales are what? Yeah, $1,500. So his earnings is going to be $320 plus 4% of $1,500. So this piece right here, I need to figure out what 4% of 1,500 is. Part over whole. Is 1,500 the part, or is 1,500 the whole? All right. When you calculate what the part is, add that to 320, and then you'll have his weekly earnings. All right, number 10. George wants to string lights along one diagonal of a rectangular window. Let's get us a rectangle. I have a rectangular window, and he wants to string lights along one diagonal. Diagonal is a clue word that you just took a square or rectangle and made it into a right angle. And anytime you see the word diagonal, or anytime you create a right triangle, you should be thinking what? Yep, Pythagorean theorem. A squared plus b squared equals c squared. The most important side to label correctly is C, your diagonal or your longest side. Okay, this rectangular window has a length of 4 feet and a width of 3 feet. What is the minimum length of lights he needs? He wants to string it along one diagonal. I just need to calculate what C is. By the way, do you remember what the most basic right triangle is? Yeah, it might save you a little bit of work. All right, guys, good luck with this. I'll see y'all tomorrow.